If someone we love was in danger or dying, how much would you dare to save him? Whatever you think of, this father has different ways to save his son. It is difficult to know how we would have behaved in such a situation. In January 2015, George Pickering III had gone into a coma at the Tomball Regional Medical Center in Houston, in the United States, following a stroke. The 27-year-old Texan had already had numerous strokes in the past, but on that occasion, doctors had declared him brain dead. An hours-long standoff with police ensued. Pickering's son, George Pickering III, was in that hospital on life support after suffering a massive stroke. They were saying he was brain dead. He was a vegetable, Pickering said. KPRC says hospital staff ordered a terminal wean, a process where a person is slowly removed from life support. Pickering says everything was happening too fast. I knew if I had 3 or 4 hours that night that I would be able to know whether George was brain dead. I had blinders on. All I knew, I just needed to have this time with George, Pickering said. When Pickering showed up at the hospital with a gun, he was disarmed by his other son. He then lied about having a second gun. I was in the Boy Scouts. You think I only have one gun? Pickering said. SWAT officers negotiated with Pickering for hours. He says during that standoff, he got the signs from his son he was hoping to see. George squeezed my hand 3 or 4 times on command, Pickering said. Pickering eventually surrendered without incident. There was a law broken, but it was broken for all the right reasons. I'm here now because of it, said Pickering's son, George III. It was love. It was love. It's the duty of a parent to protect your children, and that's all he did. Everything good that made me a man is because of that man sitting next to me. One charge filed against Pickering was eventually dismissed, and the other was lessened. He was given credit for time served and released. When asked for a response, officials at Tomball Regional Medical Center sent a written statement to KPRC. We appreciate the opportunity to be included in your story. Physicians use their medical knowledge and experience to develop a patient's plan of care, and these actions save lives each day. When a patient's condition makes them unable to participate in their own care, the appropriate substitute decision maker has the right to decide whether or not they will move forward with a recommended care plan. However, that decision must be expressed in a way that does not endanger other patients or caregivers. Due to strict privacy laws, we are unable to comment about individual patients, but we encourage you to contact local law enforcement for a complete picture of the events that took place. George Jr. then woke up from how and is now doing well. The father spent 11 months in prison for armed assault. Not the best way to save your child's life, but certainly effective. Needless to say, the son's gratitude to the account of what his father had done for him. Perhaps the father's way of protecting his son was not indicated, but we cannot judge him from here. You never know how one might react in his place. The truth is that thanks to what he did, his son had a new opportunity and managed to get out alive. Fortunately, the desperate gesture of this man did not make victims, and the son found a way to communicate to his father and doctors that he was still alive.